All right, Chief Evans from MEPS Atlanta again with our continuing series on PRIDE form processing. Now, I hope you would agree that the most critical processing form in our arsenal is the 1966. And if you're not creating the 1966 from PRIDE, I'm telling you, I'm going to steer you, navigate you into to that direction. That means I'm going to drag you into PRIDE a little bit more than you have. So when we go into a profile, we're actually looking into the general tab first. And you'll notice some of the data that points that are coming in here are the ones that present completely to the 1966 when produced from PRIDE. And these data points putting in here first helps create a more efficient processing even from prior to getting the projection through. Because the more complete this data, the less challenges when you start pushing projections from PRIDE itself. But now we're dealing with the 1966. So as you go down, we start with, you'll have your marital status, number of dependents, and then number of dependents in custody of the applicant. You'll be asked questions on if all of the immediate family members are citizens, dual citizenship, both parents are US born, questions like that, our race questions, and even our citizenship questions. If you change citizenship to an immigrant alien, it's going to give you an opportunity to put that 551 information in. And as we move down, we'll get down to, contact information, email addresses, driver's license. We'll get this guy's driver's license added. Expiration date. Selective service number. And we have the DEP PQS code, which we usually put not started until they're actually in DEP, whether a submarine volunteer or not. Religious data. And we already had pretty good address information coming over from your other system. And then we're going to hit save. The only other tab that I want you to be able to pay a little attention to in this section is education. This young lad is an 11S because he has not graduated yet, but we'll put the prospective graduation date in. And anything that is marked select will have to have a code of code of your selection placed in. This is also where you can put if they were an ROTC program. Now, just with those two tabs, we're going to be able to create a much better 1966 than what was here. There was some missing or inappropriate information. But when we go to our documents and forms, we'll be able to generate a new draft. Now, if you're having trouble with the biometric stuff, you need to start feeding that up to getting your biometric stuff fixed with our own IT department. But even if not, the more integration with this form, the less feedback you're probably going to get or required back from our processing agents. Because they should only have to revalidate this information rather than re-put it in. At this point, when you move down, since this is a living form through their whole process from applicant to DEPer to future sailor, the pages that your team owns when you're dealing with the applicant is, of course, all of the top information in page 1, and then moving into page 3, where you start putting what schools they were in, having them answer their questions on support and previous military service. Once you get down to there, of course, you get to section 4. And this is where you normally would have them biometrically sign. If you're unable to biometrically sign at this time, you would at least want to save the whole form after you get your own data in for who the certification of witness, and that is normally, in your case, the recruiter. And then we'll hit save. And then this will start to be the new draft and one-year source documents. course, at any time, if you have any questions along the way of our little trainings, you can always redirect them to me, Chief Evans, at this Navy email address. Thank you for taking some time with me. We'll all get better.